What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're going to do a things to know when you visit. Let's get into it. If you include all of the islands and cays around the U.S. Virgin Islands, you're upwards of around 50 in total. If you look offshore right now, you would see smaller islands just off the shore, uninhabited, literal Virgin Islands. So that's something that I thought you needed to know first. Some more things to know about the U.S. Virgin Islands. It is a U.S. territory that was bought by the United States in 1917 from Denmark. So its history is with Denmark and Norway. Previous to that, the people that lived here, native indigenous people, as well as Christopher Columbus, believed to have discovered this area in 1493. Another thing to know is when you come here, you don't necessarily need a passport. In fact, you don't need a passport because it is a U.S. territory. They also transact in U.S. dollars. So let's talk about safety. Now, I did read articles before I came here. In 2009, there was some armed robbery incidents that had happened, but it seems like they've gotten it under control. So safety in St. Thomas, in St. John, St. Croix, from my experience, it's been safe. Although at night, I have heard from locals and other tourists that there are certain areas in the towns, in the city centers, that you just shouldn't be going to. The people here, yes, they're very friendly, but they're on island time. That means they take it slow, except for when they're driving, of course. Now, one of the things you can do to make your stay easier here is be friendly. Ask them, how are they? You know, how was your day? How's your night? How are you, sir? How are you, ma'am? Stuff like that goes a long way for respect, because that is part of the island way. So being respectful, being polite, going out of your way to check on their wellness, very important. The people here are going to be friendly overall, but they do have the island time vibe, meaning you got to slow it down a little bit. Let's talk about pricing in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So from my experience, I found that you couldn't find anything under $150 a night. After taxes, it really goes up from there. When it comes to Airbnbs, yes, they have them, but when you factor in cleaning fees, you're still paying around $200 to $300 a night. The food prices, you know, for a dinner, $15 per meal, and up from there depending on where you go. But overall, I would say the prices are comparable to something like Hawaii. All right, when you come out to the U.S. Virgin Islands, you're going to want to try a variety of different Caribbean cuisines, including conch fritters. I know that sounds kind of unique. You guys who've been to Key West already know what's going on with that. They also have kalu, which is a soup, and then lots and lots of rum. They have pate, which is kind of like a French influence. So you have these variety of different cuisines that come together out here in the islands. And this is kind of the staple of the diet. So in conclusion, I would say when you come to the U.S. Virgin Islands, prepare to arrive in St. Thomas, get a rental car, and cross the channel over to St. John with that rental car on the barge.